Bitcoin is surging. We all woke up to the green candles and we're all feeling fantastic. I hope you go ahead and hit that like button. We got 3 secret reasons that everyone is missing on why Bitcoin's pumping. Time to discover crypto.
Capital flight is coming to the United States. The dollar is going to zero.
And that's what makes Bitcoin so special. You have to have gone through a couple cycles to understand.
Once the price is able to clear this level, the breakout is on its way.
This is your indication to jump in now.
Thank you for joining, everybody. Man, did the team go to Panama on the worst week ever. Yeah. They're hanging out there with the AGIX at the AI Crypto Conference. Josh is gone. TJ's gone. Tim, all these people are gone. Not Tim here. But I am here with Kelly. I'm here with Drew. We're feeling fantastic.
And we got the A team here, baby. We're here for the bull run, baby.
That is right. Not only that, we're a lot of us just bought a coin. It's up 140%. Some of us, got in not at the bottom, so, maybe after only 120% pump. We're going to talk about that coin as well. Might do a video on it. Might talk about airdrops. And like I say, we have the secret reasons why we're seeing the pump that everyone is missing. But folks, it is a good day. It's one of those days where you'll get used to this. You'll get used to this. If this is your first cycle, welcome. Hey, the water's warm. It feels good, doesn't it? You're not pruny yet, but you will be pruny in the future, everybody. But the markets are great. So let's just get right into it, everybody. Bitcoin is just melting faces, 9.3%. If I hit refresh, okay, it's petered down to 8.7. Let me go ahead and move this just so you can see. Oh, that's why they're playing with it. Okay. Oh, because it changes the axis right there. All right. Well, Ethereum is up 4% as well. We have Solana up 4.5%. Bitcoin up 8.7%, though. Before we even look at the rest of the coins, Kelly, what was the first thing you did when you wake up in the morning? First thing I do, I check the charts.
Dude.
I'm laying in bed. If I wasn't laying in bed, I would have fell.
You know what this market reminded me of right now with all these pumps? It reminded me how somewhat tuned out I've been over the last, maybe 6 months or so. Even though I'm doing 8 hours a day plus in these markets, the fact that things are so exciting again, I'm waking up at 6 a.m., reading news, going all the way until, I went to bed last night at 11:30 a.m., 11:30 p.m., and I was just jumping in every space I could, looking at every chart I could. This market has gotten everybody riled up again, and this is something that we need to pay attention to, because this is going to spark the sentiment that's going to bleed out into the retail when they do come.
And retail will come, and they'll come fast, everybody. If you look, all right, so where are we at in the 4-year cycle, at least with price, not so much time? Right now, we're in the November 2020 range, okay? I would say that's a fair assessment. We haven't hit previous all-time high like we did in December 2020, I think the month was. So right now, we're potentially a little bit ahead, maybe even earlier in the year. No one cared about Bitcoin.
Throw it to this chart really quick, because this is exactly what we're talking about. This is all 3 cycles aligned. It's not the spiral chart, but we can see previous all-time highs, all-time lows, or the lows of each cycle. And where we're at right now, we are a little ahead. I think we're going to talk about why this may be.
Yeah, we are definitely ahead. We have the secret reasons, but we are ahead. And I want to talk about before Bitcoin hit its previous all-time high in December 20, no one cared about it. No one cared until well after we set new all-time highs. No one really cared until Elon bought some Bitcoin. No one really cared until maybe February 21, maybe March 21, maybe even January 21 if they're a little early. So folks, we are still early. You look at Google Trends, no one's looking up Bitcoin. Besides Squawk Box, the mainstream channels, they're not talking about Bitcoin. So the best is yet to come. I will say that. Now, if we get a correction, just remember this moment that you're feeling right now, okay? Because you'll need these endorphins to carry you through the bear market. But let's look at the rest of the coins before we get too far ahead here. XRP community, you're one of the few that is green on the 1 hour here. XRP is up 4.6%. Cardano is up 3.4%, now has an even week here. Dogecoin was even for the week and then printed a 12% candle today. What do you think is behind the Doge pump? Is it retail buying on Robinhood?
Well, I think that's going to be it. It's one of those easy access, and I say easy not because of the physicality of getting it, but it's easy because it's so broadly, the awareness of Dogecoin is so broad into the retail crowd. And I think there's a lot of people out there that also the lack of knowledge about price and tokenomics. But I do think Doge will probably get another pretty large pump this cycle, especially if that coming X payment platform integration comes and they plug Doge into that.
And I have another reason. One of the most traded pairs is Bitcoin Doge, or one of the most traded Doge pairs is Bitcoin Doge. And so when Bitcoin jumps, people just see a little opportunity there. So sometimes Bitcoin can, take its little puppy along with it on a walk here. Let's look at the biggest gainers of the day. Your altcoin might be in here. You might not even be aware of how big the pump-a-mental is because you weren't respecting the pump. We look at Theta. Theta is up 36%. Pith, we are fans of Pith here at Discover Crypto.
That's been ripping.
Pith has been ripping. Pith, if you don't know, look at it as the chain link on Solana. I actually added to my Pith position 4 or 5 days ago, so I feel good about that. Took some profits on some Solana alts. Bonk. Solana alts are just kind of going crazy here. Bonk is up 17%. Now flip the week green here. Stacks is up. Josh has been talking about the whole Bitcoin ecosystem. So Stacks up 14.6%. Hope you folks jumped in on that. And Beam, another channel favorite here, 10% pump. But are there anything that's red? There has to be some red coins, right? Not all 100. Will it be stablecoins? This is actually a good coin to see in the red. At least Drew probably agree with me here. WorldCoin. WorldCoin is down 6.8%. Uniswap is down. I feel good not jumping in on that, not feeling the FOMO. Uniswap is down 5.9%. Synthetics is down. Flare is down. I wouldn't worry about Flare. Flare was just melting faces yesterday. And if you look, it is up 45% for the week. Any of the losers here? Speaking out, I see some AI plays, maybe the weaker projects.
Well, the AI plays, remember, I talked about this earlier this week and last week. A lot of them were riding the narrative that was around not only NVIDIA, but also the SOAR OpenAI. But one of the other ones that kind of got put back on my attention, if you throw to my chart here, Drew, this is a Pepe. And I'm not a Pepe holder, but this is the chart from Matthew Hyland. And he was charting this out back here when it was down here. And it's already up 100% from this move. Massive inverse head and shoulders. Do you think Pepe is going to have another resurgence this cycle?
Wow. Pepe, yeah, just share. Wow, 37% for Pepe right now. So Pepe just having a really, really good time here. But yeah, like you said, you look at the max chart. Now, you know what? Now that we are above this range, above this point, I would say, yeah, I'm almost bullish on that coin. It is a meme coin. I like my coins to have a little bit more utility, maybe even some revenue behind the project, but still Pepe from the chart perspective. Do we have Pepe holders? Pepe holders, are you in the chat? Let us know.
Respect the pep.
Yeah, the Pepe pump, the Pepe minerals, the pump of Pepe minerals there.
I hold Pepe.
All right. I like Parpadelli pasta too. And so any other P words we want to say, you know what? Please hit that like button. I implore you to push it down as rapidly as possible. All right. That's all I got, folks. All right. Now that we said, why is Bitcoin pumping? We have the secret reasons no one's talking about. Well, folks, I'll just go right into my first harebrained theory. Now, I haven't seen anyone talk about this. Is DZ reading the tea leaves. All right. This is from Eric Balchunas. Eric Balchunas posted this. About 18 hours ago? This is 18 hours ago. He tweeted, it's official. The new 9 Bitcoin ETFs has broken all-time volume record today with 2.4 billion. So yesterday, we set a record for the Bitcoin ETFs, barely beating, but still beat day one. So if you don't remember, day one was just nuts. Everybody was first one out the gate, the highest volume, and none of the days reached day one until yesterday. We're about double the recent daily average. IBIT, aka BlackRock went wild, accounting for over $1 billion of inflows, breaking its record by 30%. And here's the chart of all the daily the volume here. I believe this is all-time volume, just melting faces. So yesterday, folks, we're not done. This is a little journey here. So yesterday we had an all-time volume. Well, we got some numbers for this morning, the pre-market numbers. And the pre-market numbers are going to shock you, everybody. IBIT volume is notable. The pre-market activity, folks, this is breaking news, breaking news less than 2 hours ago, just a little over an hour. Check this out. It's already seen $80 million traded.
Why is 80 million important when we've had billions? What's important about this?
Because this is pre-market. The markets haven't woken up. It was like 3 a.m. in San Francisco.
How does it compare to other ETFs out there and other assets?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Kelly, or glad you said that. Only 5 ETFs have seen more activity ahead of market open. Only 5 ever. Unprecedented for a 2-month ETF. We're talking about all ETFs of all time, in which the S&P 500 ETFs are largely the king of the land here. Only 5 have ever seen more activity in market open. Bitto in 9th place makes me think a lot of arbitrage volume going on. So after yesterday, record volume, you woke up to record green candles, pre-market activity, record volume. What are we going to see today, folks? You know, a lot of people feeling real bearish. I would just be a little bit careful. You said you might have some secret reasons as well.
Yeah, we could do that and jump right into the charts, because this all filters into what's going on with this price pump. Is the pump going to continue? Are we going to break all-time highs? Well, let's look at this right here. We've had this comparison for a year with gold, but look at this. Within is it 6-7 weeks? There's already $40.7 billion in Bitcoin ETFs. There's only $92 billion in gold ETFs. This is how fast this happened in just 31 trading days. This is phenomenal. So the interest is out there. The interesting thing about this is, we'll be beyond 1 million Bitcoin held in ETFs in no time. We're already over 746,000. You can't even understand this. And then look at this. You guys realize we had a $6,500 move yesterday? $6,500 move. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin moved roughly $6,500, which only represented 12% of the current value of the Bitcoin price in US dollars. 6,500 used to be an astronomically high number when we broke it as an all-time high. We got to realize that. Now, why is this happening? Well, we can see, look at this. We had record levels of Bitcoin leaving exchanges, the most since following the FTX collapse. We know that was a local bottom. Look how high we are here, and people are still saying, I want to hold, I'm not looking to trade. This is buying, not selling.
You know what I love about this? When you see Bitcoin leaving exchanges, no matter the number, on the aggregate, some percentage locked up in cold storage to never see the light of day again.
Right. And this is minus 68,000 Bitcoin over this last period. This is phenomenal. And we're seeing record levels on a weekly basis, and it's starting to increase now. And the interesting thing about this is nothing's changed. Nothing's changed in terms of where we're at right now. We've seen, everybody's asking, do we get that pre-halving sell-off? Well, let's look at the data here. This is a short-term holder supply. This is important because it shows you when money's rotating out of those long-term held coins and being sold to basically being traded. We have this large peak pre-halving, which has seen these sell-offs. Look at how low the supply is for short-term holders. The retail is not even entered yet. We are so early on this. Now, when we're looking at the price, I want to point out something. This is an interesting chart. I forgot I even had queued up here in my list here on TradingView. And as you look at this looks a little bit interesting, doesn't it? It looks like we've never even broken the all-time high from 2017 at $19,000. This is Bitcoin price adjusted for inflation. We are pushing right up against this trend line right now when you adjust for inflation. But when we're looking at the price where we're at right now, we are pushing. I don't even know what to say.
Push it real good.
Push it real good. There you go. We're kind of we broke out of this bull flag. The target is up here at 64,000.
Are those spider lines, or is that a channel?
Yeah, it's basically parallel channels.
Okay.
That respect the channels.
Shout out to the spider lines, aka Crypto Face there.
Yeah, we can see that this has respected these moves all the way up, and so this bull flag that we have, and I called this out on my Twitter and in the Discord about 3 or 4 days before this pump has happened. This is coming up here. We do have a large order block that's above us, printed here on the BitLab trading stack from all the way back here, November 2021. So it does suggest there's maybe a little bit of a stopping point or hesitation at the zone, but we have a lot of volume. We see this volume average is trending up. We see the stochastics have bounced and are heading up. We have the RSI is getting stronger. We're seeing signs of absolute bull kerfufflery right now. It's
like
exciting.
That word.
Go ahead.
Well, speaking of exciting, Ivan said it best. This is from Steven here. You think Bitcoin is going to retrace, go to 40K, so you can load up and buy in peace? Fat chance.
Well, the thing is, we want this pre-halving sell-off, right? Historical analysis says it's going to happen, but this chart tells me maybe we don't get something like this. Maybe we get something like this halving right here, where we had this large push, large sell-off, and then a continuation to the upside. But there's more that's going on than just in Bitcoin. I wanted to share a chart real quick that is very exciting. This is the ETH to Bitcoin chart. This is what's going to give us that idea about what's about to come to the altcoin market. Look at this Wyckoff accumulation sort of setup. Perfectly mimics what's going on here with the ETH to Bitcoin chart. And once this breaks out of this range, we can see this tends to have a pretty strong move to the upside. And we are pushing up into this right now. I do think we may have a little bit of a hesitation at some point, to reset a little bit. But things are looking super bullish across the board right now. Coins moving off exchange. No retail is in the market yet. And the one thing that I'd like to wrap this up with is we're seeing all this volume right now, DZ, on these ETFs. And the majority of registered income advisors, RIAs, I would say 95% or more, are not even recommending this to their clients yet, because there tends to be at least a minimum of a 90-day window that the ETF needs to get set up before. And they also learn about it. They try to figure out what the hell this new product is. Is it going to stand the test and continue on? We have not even seen the income advisors recommending this to the clients. So this is predominantly institutions loading up and getting allocations in different treasuries. And we're seeing sovereign wealth funds likely having big purchasing power here. So the best is yet to come. Be prepared, still practice your risk management, but I'm bullish. If you're bullish, hit that like button and join us here in the Discover Crypto family.
Well, the best is yet to come. Well, the best is yet to come when it comes to meme coins. I just had to go back a little bit. Drew, you saw the message for you, right? Just thanking you.
Well,
from Nicole.
Yes, Trump coin it hit $6.
That's why I got up and walked away, folks.
Yeah.
Just share this
yeah. Unbelievable. Trump coin.
So you're saying Trump's on the rise.
Yeah.
Man, that thing is $6 now. I remember looking at it at 50 cents. I remember when it hit $1. I remember when it hit $2. I remember when it hit $3. And it was just one of those coins. It's like, I'll wait for the retracement. Never happened. Never happened. Never happened. Never happened. So yeah, congrats all the people. I bought 0 of it. Drew, how much did you buy? Any? 0?
No, Bobby went in on it. We've been tracking Biden versus Trump.
We're just living vicariously through Bobby.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go in on Solana. I'm going to do the Trepe.
All right. Well, congrats all the people who jumped in on that. Listening to the basement, folks. You got to get in on the basement. That's where they have all the DGen plays. All right. Well, let's talk about Bitcoin a little bit. We saw a surge past $57,000, a price point not seen in multiple years here. The asset was particularly pronounced in Asia trade on Tuesday, when it rallied 2% or 10% just in 2 sessions right there. But folks, I want to talk a little bit more about this here as it held on to 57K. We said secret reasons. This one's not so much secret. I think me and Kelly kind of spilled the beans there. But the 24-hour tally for liquidated short positions climbed to 280 million. Folks, this was 7:30 in the morning, 3 hours later. I wouldn't be surprised if this is now clocking at 500 million, according to CoinGlass there. The shorts are getting liquidated. The ETFs, I kind of mentioned this in the beginning. This is kind of just a Bloomberg article going into the feed here. IBIT led the frenzy with a record-breaking $1.3 billion trade volume, according to Eric Balchunas there. And they marked all-time high total of $2.4 billion. Then let's see, IBIT, BlackRock, over 50% of the trade volume, breaking its previous record of 30%. I think we're going to see BlackRock continue to print W's, right? Does BlackRock really take L's?
Their assets under management suggests that they don't.
Their balance sheet suggests that they don't. The fact that they bought up all the homes in America suggests that they don't. All these people, real estate corrections come in. The housing market is going to blow up. Oh, the home price is going to fall off a cliff. Have you seen the interest rates? Meanwhile, I'm like, well, have you seen BlackRock bought a bunch of these houses and they haven't started selling them yet? So, surprise, surprise, home price is still just, going up slowly and surely here. Glad to hear the gains are being made, fam. Yeah, we love to see it here. Can't wait for ATB to be on later. It's going to be lit. Eric, especially if you're going to be on, always a great guest. Got in Scotty Moe. They got in at 18 cents.
Yeah.
Right now around $6.
We've been talking about it since it was like a $4 million market cap. So,
let's see. Someone said Ords. Is Ords making a major move as well?
Ords has been pumping up too. And by the way, Joshua Jake in our one of the member streams about a week and a half ago put Ords on a lot of people's radar. Also, Cello, CELO, and also ORNJ. There's a lot of coins we've been sharing in those member streams. So if you are a BitLab member, get in those because we're sharing some alpha, baby.
Yeah, and just for reference, if you got in Ords, I was like, whoa, Ords is down 14%. I bet Josh is feeling terrible to buy this a week ago. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. Not at all. Not at all. So if you bought in a week ago, yeah, you're still doing pretty good. Today is the 27th. So this is the 20th. That's buying the 20th. So yeah, if you bought a week ago, I think you're doing okay here, folks, even with the 15% correction there. All right, the futures open interest, that's a new record. So we're just seeing, this is basically saying people are largely bullish, but this is going to be like older data from yesterday. So people still feeling bullish. We'll see how
they're not only feeling bullish, we're also seeing a very nice, something called contango, where you actually have the options market betting on higher prices. Even though the market's high right now, we feel like it's high. The options market, those professional traders out there are saying, I think it's going to go higher.
What'd you call? I felt like you called that a Django sequel? Contango? It's a dance.
Contango.
Oh, okay. Sergio plays it on the sax.
Maria, por qué no?
We got more secret reasons why you're seeing the pump here. Everyone's going to say, the ETF volume. We gave you the actual details. And if you like this breaking news, you like the concise assessment that we're trying to provide to you 7 days a week, go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button, all the newer viewers. We bring you live content, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. But reason number, I think we're at 5 here, Bitcoin whales are going parabolic. So the whales, kind of what Kelly's saying, people are betting it going higher, even though it's already higher. 150 new Bitcoin addresses, each holding more than 1,000, have emerged just in the last month. So 150,000 at the minimum. A lot of these have a lot more than 1,000. So we're looking at a lot more than that, so the whale is someone with a balance of 1,000 or more, aka Justin Sun. I don't know if you saw what he just revealed. He revealed his HTX Bitcoin wallet. Yeah, I'll show it in a little bit, folks.
Yeah,
Justin Sun revealed how much Bitcoin he has on HTX. It's a lot.
I want to make
commas.
I want to make a comment about this too. Because we do have this. We're back. We entered this when we broke $1,000 on Bitcoin. It happened again when we hit 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 was going to be too high. Now we're at 57,000, and it's hard to really tangle with this idea of price. Is it high? Is it low? And on this tweet that I shared yesterday, this is really how I feel. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has moved 6,500. Blah blah blah. But we have no concept. We really have a hard time as humans to weigh the price. This price right now against, we have nothing to weigh this price. Is it high? Is it low? Because we've never seen an asset like Bitcoin in history that's so unique, that's so scarce, it's trustless, it's immutable, that's kind of a currency, that's a store of value. And we keep trying to say the price is high, but we don't have anything to weigh this again of whether or not it's high or low, because there's never been an asset like this. And this is what we're seeing with the supply being so limited and all this demand coming in. What has to happen? Price has to go up. So let's look at the data. Let's stop looking at the price. Let's look at the data. Let's be excited about the price.
Hey, catch them all. Welcome back. Wondering about you the other day, actually. All right. So I said I would say, here's Bitcoin that is in Justin Sun's wallet. He revealed it, everybody. Share my screen. 28,000 Bitcoin, a total value of, let's see, that's 5,000, 95,000. Wait, is it
28,000 Satoshis or 28,000 Bitcoin?
28,000 Bitcoin. Look at the number here. That's a whole lot, folks. 5,000, 85,000, 4 million, 24 million, 624 million, $1.6 billion. I had a little cheeky comment about the profit margin right there. You see the profit margin?
Yeah.
Why did you have to post when you are up 666? Is that a coincidence? Was that a coincidence, Justin?
666?
You must answer. Yeah, look.
Oh,
he posted it when he was up 66,600,000. I know there's some other number. I just thought it was funny.
It's not a coincidence.
Not a Who knows? Satoshi. Now I told John. I don't know if Johnny pulled it up. Is it possible if you maybe you can do a little research here, Kelly? Find this. Satoshi Nakamoto. Today, his Bitcoin wallet is worth over 56 billion. Kelly, there's a website that actually has the rankings. So it would place him in the famous Forbes ranking, the world real-time billionaires. So Forbes world real-time billionaires. Right now, he's in 25th place. Only in this 2024, seen an increase of $9 billion. So in 2 months, his net worth has increased $9 billion. Looking at the Forbes ranking, Nakamoto would be take the current position of the Koch family, who have a massive wealth of $56 billion. And the Koch family, I didn't even know they're in this article. They're just in the news. They just suspended funding for Nikki Haley's campaign yesterday, actually. So
we're
yeah,
back.
she can't take that Coke money anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that
so
means
no more
we're
Coke
back.
money.
I mean,
No more
so
Coke
many
money
bull
for her.
market indicators.
No more money for-
Incredible.
Oh man, is that it right there? I don't know. We're pulling it up. Does it have the ranking? Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So if we look at Kelly's screen here, they said he is around 25, right? Yeah, he's 25th place. Do you see him around 25?
There's nothing listed here, no. But the 45 billion is Phil Knight. That's only 45 billion. Up to 56, that would put him between Rob Walton and family and Alice Walton. So the Waltons.
Oh, the Waltons.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's pretty impressive because when did Walmart launch? Sometime in the 50s or something like that?
I would say it was much later than that. I actually thought it was the 80s. When was, I know this is a crypto show, folks, and, we're just, we're going a little off the rails here, but wow, 62. So July 2nd, 1962, he founded in Arkansas, where Slick Willie is from. Officially incorporated in 69. And pretty nice. All right, moving forward here. So Satoshi, all right, here's a good thought experiment. Will Satoshi Nakamoto, all right, what's number one? Number one is what, Elon? I know, hopefully you didn't exit out.
It goes between him and the guy that's Arnold something.
Arnault, I believe is the guy's name.
Yeah,
Arnold, Arnault.
Bernard
Arnault.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know my elite Bilderberg billionaires that well when they have weird names.
And this kind of goes back and forth because Elon Musk, because he's involved in so many technology companies, the value of those companies tends to. So sometimes Elon Musk is the top,
and SpaceX is privately held, and X is privately held. So it's hard to quantify. So what was the number? Give me the number there.
I can't
What
see
was the number? I mean, you can change the screen or something. Maybe hit full screen. Hit full screen. It'll probably pop up there. So I'm just wondering, what is the net worth? What do we have? It doesn't say anywhere.
It doesn't say. 211 billion.
211 billion. And right now he's at 50 billion. And so he would need Bitcoin to do a 4x. So a $200,000 Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto wallet, that wallet or the associated wallets, you'll be the richest person in the world at 200K.
Which to that point, I think it's interesting. And humans are, they fail to see forward in the impact of the things they do sometimes. And there's so many people now, because all those emails came out, that they're trying to figure out who the person is. It doesn't serve any benefit whatsoever, good or bad. It's literally, it's more of a net
bad.
negative.
It serves bad.
Yeah. If you go and dox who the person is, whether they're alive or not, it impacts the entire family and also the underpinnings of the security of the network.
Unless there's one person that no one dislikes.
Elon Musk?
God, no. Keanu Reeves. Oh, man. So tell me this. Keanu Reeves is out as Satoshi Nakamoto. Do you think anyone would be like, well, now I have to sell?
And you're not gonna try and take him down. That's John Wick.
No. No. Yeah. If anything, I'm selling all my ETH. Buying more Bitcoin. I'm sorry, John Wick. Don't knock on my door.
You heard it here first. Keanu Reeves is Satoshi Nakamoto.
Whoa. He's like, I know the white paper. All right. Moving on here. Argentine President Javier Milei seeks to penalize central bank money issuance, aka the money printer. When they just kind of print money to fund things, that will now put authorities in. It'll put the elites in jail. It'll put the bureaucrats in jail.
Which is crazy because that's the entire way fiat money works.
Yes,
it's the only way the capitalist system with the fiat monetary system, it does not work without.
Could you Google, while I'm reading this, could you just Google the head of the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements? When you think of the Fed, this is like the Fed of Feds here.
This guy is huge.
This guy is such a big player.
Augustine Carstens.
If we just pull up a picture of him, maybe hit images, Careful holding images up. When you
this
do
guy.
That.
Oh yeah. He looks like a character.
He would get locked up if Milei, ran the UN, perhaps. So Javier Milei's making moves to stop the issuance of pesos to finance the state. He's preparing to send a bill that would penalize money issuance directly with jail time, preventing officials from the central bank from authorizing money printing operations. The objective would be to maintain the money supply constant while the administration cleans the economy. I think they had over a decade of deficits. And within, I think, 2 months, he's turned that government into a surplus. So decades of deficits, and now they're basically turning a profit. His country is turning a profit. You didn't know that's a thing a country can do. They can't they don't have to run themselves into debt. They can actually have prosperity and then pass that prosperity to the people. I know it sounds crazy, and not just their defense contract buddies.
And we can see that right here. Argentina sees first monthly budget surplus in 12 years. And this is after them being in a massive, massive deficit. But you know what it took? It took a lot of work and hard decisions, which is something America has a really hard problem with right now.
Yeah. I've talked about this in years past. When there's an issue and you got to pay for it, say it's COVID, say it's, another 60 billion for Ukraine. I'm not saying anything, say it's a wall, whatever it might be, whatever hot button issue.
Russia.
There's two ways to pay for it. You tax your citizens, increase taxes, or you just look around, see no one's watching, and print money. What do you think they choose every single time? They choose to print money, folks. That's why we buy Bitcoin. That's why we're seeing, 24-month highs here. Will the Fed introduce a digital dollar? 5 U.S. senators aiming to make sure it does not happen. I just want to, highlight the 5 senators here. Bill Hagerty, Rick Scott, Ted Budd, Mike Braun have taken the stance here. That's only 4. Oh, Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz. Much maligned back in the day, and what's his real name? Drew, do you know?
Oh, I'll look at it.
Like Raphael, right? Raphael? He's turned into like a cool Ninja Turtle now.
Yeah.
All right. Same time. Hey, Hive Mind. Hit that like button if you watched a lot of Ninja Turtles growing up. A whole lot.
A little bit of Bebop and Rocksteady.
Who is your favorite Ninja Turtle? For me, it was Raphael. I was always sarcastic. Michelangelo, Donatello, too nerdy. Leonardo, a little too square. I was always a Raphael guy. What about you?
I liked Raphael too. And Splinter always cracked me up.
Average Crypto Joe, I'm going to spend my Doge on a new Ferrari. Okay, pretty nice right there. It proves how badly... move that poll. Hit close, Kelly. Hit call. Yeah, there we go. How many Bitcoin does that country have now, by the way? Anybody know? That is a very, very good collection here. There's an Atlanta CollectoCon. Which of my Discover Crypto peeps is going? Okay, CollectoCon. Probably BJ is going to be there. Maybe we'll try to find some time to go out there and ask some man-on-the-street questions right there. Citizens need to do the math on how many taxes are collected yearly. It puts things clearly into perspective. His real name, Raphael Edward Cruz. Okay. Why lose Raphael in Texas? Never really made sense. All right, stablecoin market cap hits $140 billion. A highest since 22 amid the USDC resurgence and Tether growth. This is a thermometer for money flows entering the crypto market. One analyst noted here. Okay, so when it says going all the way back to 22, they mean like December. They mean like the very, very end. So basically from the bear market bottom. So this was, 107. Oh, whoa, this is, 107. Oh, they got me with the British, what is it? The date, you know what I mean? Where that's day, month, year.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Circle's added 2.5 billion to its market cap over the past month. The total has climbed over 140 billion. It's the first time late 22 here. So 140. So stable coins get printed. A lot of times Bitcoin goes up. That's just a common thing. When you see Tether burned at the treasury, you'll probably see a lot more of it in around 20 months from now. That's your sign that the music is starting to diminish. All right, the music's quit playing, the volume's diminishing, whatever. Johnny threw this story up. Chat, you're probably going to get real excited. I'm just going to try to remain neutral on this. Lord Jacob Rothschild, the banking titan and crypto investor, dies at 87 years old. Fun fact, we were banned from saying this name on the channel years ago. I'm going to say it now. He was a venerable figure. Weird, right? He was a venerable figure in finance. Makes you think about the previous person here. A venerable figure in the world of finance and a scion of the Rothschilds banking dynasty. Passed away at 87. Born into a lineage that shaped the contours of global banking. His career spanned various sectors, including investment banking, the arts, and philanthropy. I almost don't even want to scroll the rest of this article. I fear that they'll show the Maria Abramoff, I believe is how you say her last name, photo.
Yeah.
Lucifer paintings.
Things get weird real quick if you keep scrolling down
and
there,
it might not even be anything weirder than like a Renaissance painting with like genitals out or something. You know what? We'll just leave it at that. There's a lot of people with strong opinions on this.
It's a thing.
It's a thing to a lot of people. The thing. Is that a thing to you, Kelly?
I mean, I'm focused on Bitcoin and crypto.
I'm focused on Bitcoin and crypto. I like that assessment. All right. Well, speaking of investing here and just being so just involved in Bitcoin, or at least hating on it. Warren Buffett says the stock market is increasingly casino-like, and young investors need to remember this one fact of financial life to avoid the mess. To me, he's just kind of looking at all the other billionaires are selling all their stocks, and he's saying, yeah, it's probably going to drop. So for whatever reasons, this is a quote from Warren, markets now exhibit far more casino-like behavior than they did when I was young. Back when I was young, I'd tie an onion around my belt.
You mean there's been an evolution in technology and things are happening quicker?
I would say the biggest evolution is in information sharing.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, access to knowledge and information sharing. But, it's funny because over the last 14 years, 15 years, we're broadly talking about how Bitcoin was such a volatile asset. But if you look at NVIDIA on this chart, look at this. This isn't, in the last, couple of years. This is all the way back to 2008, a drop of 86%, a drop of 58%, a push up of 1,400%, a drop of 58%, up 1,000%. Over this entire period, 57,000% gains on NVIDIA since the time that Bitcoin's been around. So the market has been increasingly having new opportunities as technology advances and more people become aware that if even outside of Bitcoin, people are aware, if you don't have investments outside of just holding dollars, you are going to be left behind.
I think you guys said something really important just now. The velocity of information.
Yes.
Think about the velocity that we can exit banks now electronically, and the velocity that fear moves as people see their banking systems potentially going under. This is something that I've been watching, my conspiracy theory, but I think that increase in velocity is essentially causing the people that are in power at the top to have to they're being forced to listen to the people because they can flee digitally in an instant. So
yeah, and if you try to flee with your paper money, good luck.
Right.
Oh, you should have gave us a 2-week notice. Oh, it's that much? Oh, well, I don't even know if we can do that. You don't know if you can give me my money? Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. It's crazy that I want my own money. Yeah, what are you thinking? I think I want to own my own money.
Oh, can I pull my money out of the bank? What do you need it for?
Yeah, what do you need it for?
It's my mother. And you're about to make me say some consonants.
You need to get even more heated because Warren Buffett and it got even crazier here. So he shared a moving tribute to Charlie Munger in this letter. But here's another quote. All right, here we go. For whatever reasons, markets now exhibit far more casino-like behavior than when I was young. Though the stock market is massively larger than it was in our early years, today's participants are neither more emotionally stable nor better taught than when I was in school. They love gambling. And the trouble is, it's like taking heroin, he said in an April interview. A certain percentage of people, when they just start overdoing it, it's that addictive. It's absolutely crazy. It's gone berserk. Civilization would have been a lot better without it. Who had access? All right, what were we saying? The big catalyst, the big change from when he was young? The information is now spread to, instead of just a select few knowing the info, Nancy Pelosi's husband and his cronies, now we all know it. Well, now we can all have a GameStop moment.
But then we also have the access too. So we have the sharing of information, which is near immediate. But then before, pre-1995 or maybe 2000, you had to know a broker and have some reason, directing you into investments. Now you have the Robinhood app. Every retail person out there can get in there and trade not just crypto, but traditional assets and stocks also. So there's access and knowledge that's out there being shared on a daily basis.
On a daily basis. And that's why you're watching this channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, everybody. NVIDIA is a beast. It's outperformed half the crypto market. I think it's up 700%. It's sold off to pay off some credit cards. You never go broke taking a profit. One of the best things you can do when you are taking profit, pay off debt. We'll never chastise you for that. 900 watching, only 200 likes, folks. So we need to get up to 200,000 likes. Bitcoin's pumping. Every like makes it keep going up for another day.
I do want to shout out also, if you throw to my screen here, I did a video last night that breaks down what's going on in the market. We're also doing a giveaway, $50. We're going to pick on Friday. Just come hit that retweet button, hit this like button. Come watch this video. It's about 10 minutes.
And it teaches you how to be a matador.
It shows you exactly how to do the contango.
Like a full signal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what it's about?
It's about making that money, baby.
Oh, bull markets. Like, so you go and you buy like a baby bull, like a calf, and then you sell it at the farmer's market?
Auction, yeah.
Okay, bull markets.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a Nancy Pelosi, $70, $8. I got $9 sold to Paul Pelosi here. Because 2 weeks ago, Congress was briefed on a national security threat. This briefing occurred 2/12. Same week, Nancy Pelosi bought $1 million of a cybersecurity company, Palo Alto Networks there. So, yeah, I just wanted to highlight that.
Let's look at that on the chart.
Yeah, how is PANW doing? PANW. PANW.
Woo, well, it looked, I just had a bit of a drop, but let's look at it over the 3 day.
212 is what period?
Yeah, so it was up here at 379 and it dropped down to 266.
Whoa.
So yeah,
they sold after the tweet. I don't know. I'm just joking.
Who knows? But
you know what? The sharing though, the information, exposing people, the disinfectant. What is the best disinfectant? It is sunlight. We are the sunlight of the crypto world. And I'm gonna blow some sunshine up your butt right now.
Ooh.
ETH price jumps above 3,200, is $4,000 next. Why? Because it broke out of a long-term ascending parallel channel and horizontal resistance. And the weekly time frame for ETH, Bitcoin, and ETH USD both show a bullish trend because of the price action. And Kelly put up that ETH Bitcoin trading pair. We are bouncing off it, and it's starting to look pretty good, everybody here. But now for some darkness. Mordor. Early Ethereum investor awakens after 8 years. An ICO participant has awakened after 8.6 years. Let's see. This early participant has moved 238 ETH. Not worth a whole lot when you're talking about ETH ICO participants, but it was worth $770,000. They moved it to Coinbase. And where do they get their ETH at? 31 cents, folks. They got their ETH at 31 cents. Didn't sell at $31. Didn't sell at $3,000. Well, they did. They sold
Total
today, though.
savage right there. I mean, holding all the
Diamond
way.
hands.
it's a good reminder too. Lady of Crypto, I shared this on the chart here on this show last week. Lady of Crypto put out a chart last week that just reminded everybody some of the biggest gains that happened last cycle were on coins that launched plus or minus 2 or 3 months from the halving. Solana, Matic, AVAX, etc. And so when we're right now, if you feel like you've missed the boat, I am not recommending you go and throw a huge amount of money into some brand new coin, but it's definitely worth always keeping some dry powder on the sideline so you can take advantage of identifying, come here, we're trying to tune you in, but identifying some of those coins and get some exposure to some of those assets that are launching, because this is a very quickly moving space. And the best of what's to come in blockchain, it's not already here. There's going to be new developments, and we want to make sure that we can have some dry powder to get exposure.
CCC talking about the assessment, that secret meeting. It was the Russia and the nukes in space. That story didn't pass the sniff test for me because it's just such an easy attack vector. You just blow them up in space if you're your adversary. Right?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you?
Something's kind of weird about last week, man. Think about it. We had a China balloon. We had cell phone outages.
The balloon, to me, the most concerning national security threat of the past month or so is another balloon. But they didn't want to cover it. I'll talk about it. They had another balloon. Why? Shoot it down. All right, ETH layer 2, folks, and I got some ETH layer 2 late alpha because I just saw after the pump, everybody ETH layer 2. Well, it was after an announcement yesterday. Adoption surge pushes TVL close to 30 billion. Here are some details. You know what? I'm already bored with this because now I just want to give you the alpha. There's a ETH L2 that just went nuts, everybody. What was it called again? I want to share it. Don't share my screen because I gotta look at some DMs here real quick.
While you're pulling that up on the layer 2 sort of narrative, just look at Matic really quick here on the 3 day. This has had a huge sort of washout to the downside, but massive inverse head and shoulders here. And it's right at this resistance right now. If we can break through this on Matic, and remember with the Denkun upgrade on Ethereum, that's not just Ethereum, it's the entire Ethereum ecosystem. And layer 2s are going to have a massive reduction in their gas fees as well. And they're already low. So this is going to be, I think, very good for the Ethereum ecosystem. But what layer 2 you got?
All right, so this is, they just had a major announcement yesterday. The market cap just exploded. I think it went from around 15 to 20, 20 to 30, now 30 to 40, all in one day, everybody. This coin is up 135%, called Aerodrome Finance. Now, disclaimer, there was a hack. The Aerodrome.finance went through a DNS attack. It can be accessed safely now, but they just had some major news, everybody. This is the max chart. This is the 7-day chart, folks. You could have got in under 10 cents. Right now, it is at, no, wait a minute, under 1 penny. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no, 8 cents. Oh, yeah, doubling here. Yeah, so under 10 cents right now, then, it dipped down to 18 cents, shot all the way up to 22, 23, 24 cents. If we go to their Twitter here, click on this. They just had a major announcement. Base ecosystem fund. So this is the venture arm of Coinbase, led by Coinbase Ventures, was launched into the next generation of on-chain projects built on Base. We're excited to announce Coinbase has market acquired an Arrow position. You can buy Arrow on Coinbase. The main reason I got excited,
What time was that tweet?
$36 million market cap. This was 18 hours ago, maybe 19, 20 hours ago now. Yeah, so okay. So now 23 hours ago. This was 23 hours ago. I think the retweet maybe a little bit less. Yeah, the retweet was a little bit less. They pinned it 22 hours ago.
So here it is on the chart on the Coinbase, and this is 23 hours back. This is essentially right when this move happened. It does look like it's trying to come down and retest this sort of range right here. But if this is the case, then this means now it's going to have a little bit more support from one of the most incredible players in the crypto ecosystem, Coinbase, which means it'll likely start getting some funding for some, marketing and push and also awareness on this. So this may be something to watch to start to DCAing into. You DCA'd in.
I put a couple $100 in. I'll go ahead and I put in $200. I didn't really want to buy the wick, but with the DCA strategy here, oftentimes if you wait for the pullback for a strong project, it won't come. And the pullbacks are less likely when you have a strong project under $50 million, under $100 million. Don't really get one sometimes. And I'm not saying, I've looked all into it. I'm just going, I'm calling it a strong project, quote unquote, because Coinbase is investing in it. It's being built on Base, and it seems to be the chosen DEX for Base. I think if you look at the chosen DEX for every L2, a $37 million market cap is probably low. Does that seem fair?
Well, getting a Base position, Base itself is going to explode. So, like being on the
people might not know what Base is. You want to give them a little, one sentence?
Coinbase's blockchain, and it's the blockchain that Coinbase is going to move and hammer into when it's fully built out at a point. We're going to see some pretty cataclysmic things. It's powered by optimism. It's a very, very strong thing that's building on the underscope. It's probably going to compete with BNB.
Now, catch them all. A little bit of cold water here. We always love it. Always like any kind of feedback here. Coinbase Ventures doesn't always do well. Look at RSR. Good job catch here. Let's see. You know what? Let's just look live. Reserve rights. Okay, reserve rights down 2.3% today. If we hit the max. Okay. Well, honestly, any coin being invested in previous bull market, I look at differently than coins being created after the bull market. And so, maybe you did great. Maybe you did great, actually.
Yeah.
If you didn't catch your exit, maybe you're doing terribly.
But I do want to point out, though, we need to pay attention not only to what's going on with Coinbase and these different altcoins and Bitcoin, all this, but this post right here I shared on my Twitter from Dan Gambardello. He pointed out it's kind of we forgot about this a little bit, but crypto holder alert: an imminent decision on the Coinbase SEC case. Remember, this is still going on. Could happen any day now. Depending on what, and he outlines some of the different opportunities that could happen.
Just read the bold parts here.
All right, so Judge Falia grants Coinbase motion.
And real quick, these are the scenarios that might break down and then what might happen. Right. So, we have different doors that could open here.
Judge Falia grants Coinbase motion and completely dismisses case. This would unleash the crypto market probably beyond what it is now, this would be the best outcome.
Crazy pompamentals.
Judge approves the motion concerning the 13 tokens in question, but rejects it in terms of staking service. So this staking part is going to be one of those interesting considerations. Also thinking about what's going on with the ETH ETF, because they have to contend with how this fits into that bigger picture for regulation as well. So this is going to be an interesting one if this happens. The third one, judge denies the Coinbase motion to dismiss, and it goes to discovery, a long process. And this will be like we saw with Ripple, 3-4+ years, 4 cases. You'd think that when they're important, they'd happen quickly, but we can tell you from our own understanding of how the court systems work, it takes a long time for these things to play out. So there's a lot of different opportunities based on what happens here. So just keep this on your horizon, because we still haven't had that big pullback. Maybe we won't. Maybe something like this, depending on this decision, is going to be something that sort of kicks that off.
All right. And folks, we might have a new ecosystem play brewing, a new narrative brewing. It's an older narrative, but the older narratives are going to pump. We're going to have a lot of narratives over the next couple months. Could be a Polkadot narrative over the next 2 weeks here. I'm putting out a bold prediction here. Maybe till the middle of March, we might see some Polkadot action. Why interoperability? Ethereum here. Kusama announces the activation of the Beefy crypto protocol. Kusama probably a top 1 or 2 parachain under Polkadot here. Just think of it like I don't want to sound nerdy by saying like a substrate layer. That's just wordthink. Just think of it like similar to an L2, I guess. That's explained like I'm 5. I know I'm saying it wrong here, but that's the easiest way to. Oh, well, they call it a canary network. That's also good, like a test net that actually works. Kusama, a canary network based on Polkadot, eventually launched the Beefy consensus. This allows its ecosystem to integrate with the rest of the blockchain world like Ethereum and other non-EVM networks here. Despite the news, still lags behind the performance recorded by other tokens. And so this new Beefy protocol just adds an interoperable communication layer between the network here. And it looks like first between the L2s, Kusama, ETH, and then the L2 of the smart contract platform there. So Polkadot is going to be building, and I will say this, a lot of people are building on Polkadot. Some parachains are going to flourish. I think the newer parachains, I think there's going to be like 3 or 4 really, really big winners.
Well, on this note, here's Polkadot's chart on the 3-day.
TIA.
And again, it's one of those, everybody feels like they missed the move because they didn't get in at the exact bottom. Most people won't. You'll fail chopping yourself in and out. It's okay to wait on this type of move where we have this massive inverted head and shoulders here, and we're just tapping up against this key resistance at the zone. It does look like Polkadot is about to start making its move.
Do we got any dot holders? Any people holding some Polkadot? What's your favorite Polkadot parachain? Tia's Cosmos. Tia's. I just bought some Tia, but I haven't played. I have too many wallets. I downloaded like 6 wallets in the last 30 days. I'm getting them all mixed up. Downloaded one yesterday. I'm going to download another one today. But anyways, I digress. Pith Network launches real-time market data on Hedera, a milestone for DeFi. So Pith expanding their ecosystem. If you want to be a good oracle, the whole name of the game is to be an oracle between different protocols. So you really, really got to start growing that ecosystem. So now they're in the HBAR community, bullish on Pith, largely bullish on HBAR as well. Cardano Midnight Protocol now open to developers. So Cardano's got a big ecosystem boost happening here, big upgrade. The sandbox originally opened to a select group of developers in late 23 as a way to test run it. And now I think it's open to everybody at this point. So originally it was just 100 chosen ones. Now, those who join as Midnight Pioneers will gain early advantage in developing cutting edge data protection technology. Think of it, it's going to be, it'll help its privacy layer. So it's going to have more privacy features. Cardano Snack hit a new pump. I think Snack jumped 20%. Now maybe it's peeled back a little bit if we look. We do like Snack. Let's see. Can we grab a Snack can? Hannah, someone? Snack can. It's in my cooler or on the ground. So well, yeah, I'll show. Oh, woo! Snack is up 22% today. Did it erase a 0? It did because it's 21. Yeah. Oh, it might have erased a 0. It's erased it in the past.
It's just kind of starting to break out of a pretty large bull flag as well.
Ooh.
Here, it broke out, came down, retested this, probably scared a lot of people, and it's starting to push up. We really want to see Snack, if you want it to run, break past this current level that it's at right now. We're right at this W formation, potentially coming up to test back up in here, which is, that's not a small move on these meme coins. That's an 80+% move just back up into this order block, which isn't even the all-time high.
I have like 10 dots. Sold all my dot for like $50. Up 3x on Kusama. Dot, one of my biggest bags there. Still have like 15. I have like 0.1 left. Only project that you may gain similar to ADA this cycle. You snooze, you lose. The other guy didn't like Dot because of Gavin. Yeah, that was all just FUD. All right. Don't know. LOL. I don't know why you always have to repeat that. LOL. I don't know why you always have to repeat that. And then I couldn't even repeat it. Thoughts on ADA DEX min swap? It is, I think, one of the big DEX winners for 2024. I think what Uniswap did basically said, oh, whoa, I can actually hold this token. And it's more than governance. Governance just is boring. MinSwap, I think, is the top Cardano DEX by volume. I'm not 100% sure. At least top 2. So yeah, there's the MIN token. I'm staking mine. I just have a little bit there. All right, let's see here. A couple more articles. I know there's a little NFT news as well. Bitcoin Ordinals wallets will soon be showered with rune stones for the folks that, hey, big shout out to Snack Energy.
I actually drank it. I was prepared for the worst. It was as good as any other energy drink I've ever had.
I don't drink sucralose, so anything with sucralose is kind of has a jarring effect to me. But of the sucralose drinks, this is about as good as it gets for energy drinks. Call me crazy. Give me the old fashioned something with sugar in it. You know, I'm not the big sucralose fan like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Are you a sucralose man?
No,
Sucralose. You a sucralose man?
And I try to stay away from high fructose corn syrup as well.
Yeah,
but in America, you basically nearly be starving yourself to do that because everything that you eat here somehow has
our food supply is compromised.
Yeah.
I think that's, it's exactly what it looks like, and there's just no ifs and buts about it. Especially when you see they add things that don't make it cheaper. Like, why the heck you putting that in my food?
And it's not just food that you look at the store that's processed. It's even something as simple. I remember the first time I went to Europe and had bread. I took a bite and I was like, I've never had bread before. Because even the wheat that we eat it's a completely, that's why people here have so much more gluten issues than you do in Europe.
I have a hot take on that.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear this hot take.
I've heard a hot take on, and now I'm way ahead of my skis, and I'm sorry, we're going to go back to crypto imminently here. I'm just going to put on my tinfoil hat theory here. I've heard some credible theories that the gluten intolerance resurgence, right? Because it wasn't an issue 60 years ago, 40 years ago. I think that's pretty fair to say. The extra glyphosate sprayed on wheat, and glyphosate is Roundup, and you can spray glyphosate on wheat and it doesn't really rinse off. And so what we're seeing to a gluten intolerance is a glyphosate intolerance.
Can I just take you one step further down the rabbit hole?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Look at the research when you combine glyphosate with nanoparticle aluminum. And it's a danger. It's a dark hole to go.
You talk about deodorant and eating wheat?
Aluminum, what do you think of chemtrails? Right?
Okay.
What do you think's in the sky?
Whoa, now you're really going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But speaking of the rabbit hole, if you want to go down the rabbit hole on how to get this runestone ordinal airdrop here, folks, it's basically you just got to hold some runes, but it's got to be the good ones here. So despite the limited number here, I was looking at the details here. Certain ones, it's not the dead runes. There's like ghost runes, and it's not the, here we go. It's not the runes with the file type starting with text plain or application JSON. So for the ordinal geeks, I'll go and say, let's definitely check that out. Free airdrop. I think Johnny's ordinal, his good one, like above 0.1 Bitcoin.
Yeah, he's been having a lot of fun.
His trait, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think BRCs, they're not done, man. Like this is the early stages of
the BRC narrative. I think is going to really kick off. Like Josh has been put on my radar in March. So if anybody can look into anything that's on the BRC 20 sort of network, all these new layer 2 different opportunities out there might be something to pick up a small percentage of your allocation on.
Well, this is scary. If U.S. shuts down its meat plants, we run out of chicken in 2 weeks. Well, I'm moving next door to Drew. Then I'll be the one hunting in your woods at night. It won't be muskrats.
The herd. I am at the point where I have to thin the herd. You know what I mean? It's gotten out of control.
Are we going to do a live stream on how to butcher a chicken for the basement for the preppers?
I could do it on Twitch. Maybe.
Okay, or Rumble.
Or Rumble.
Yeah.
Is it right. Too many hens, or you got too many cocks there?
Both. So yeah,
chicken.
Okay, I'll take that. Twitch accepts Dogecoin for turbo subscriptions. This might be one of the reasons we're seeing Dogecoin outpump the rest of the market. Part of me was thinking it could have just been the Robin Hood effect, retail, like waking up because Bitcoin Cash was also pumping. I'd have to look at ETH Classic. ETH Classic is kind of the trifecta. If you see ETC pump, okay, so it isn't a Robin Hood pump. You can't have a Robin Hood pump without ETH Classic pumping. But Dogecoin now able to pay your favorite Twitch streamers. I think that's pretty cool there. I'm pretty excited about this. This is the only NFT game I actually had fun playing. And Dookie Dash Unclogged will pay out over $1 million in prizes. This is like a sewer racer or subway racer, sewer dash type of game here. And so Dookie Dash coming back. It's a free-to-play version. So pretty cool stable pool or game pool right there. And I'm not sure if you still have to have a Bored Ape asset like you did in the previous iteration there, but might be worth checking out there. So big shout out to Yuga Labs doing all the things they're doing. Saudi Arabia, world's first government-operated national metaverse. Women aren't allowed to drive cars in the metaverse. I'm joking. I don't even know the real laws there. Can women drive in Saudi Arabia? Could we look that up?
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to look it up live time, but
we actually have a fee. Can you look at Hannah? This affects you here.
Yeah.
Can women drive in Saudi Arabia?
She's looking.
All right, we'll find out. Well, yeah, Saudi Ministry of Culture has joined forces with Drop Group and Oracle to unveil what it calls the Cultural Universe Government-Operated National Metaverse Initiative. And if you speak out against the government, they'll hit your Oculus with a blinding light and sear your cornea. I made up that last part, but can't you see that update one day in a dystopian future?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Best case on Immutable X. All right. Any news on that, HH?
I don't know. She's off onto the...
All right.
They can.
Since okay, so they can drive since 2018. Okay. Okay. All right. That's cool. Yeah, June 24, 2018. Okay, only with male permission. One of our best, I until now I thought was a happy couple in the chat, Shake and Nicole. I seldom let Nicole drive. I value my life, said Shake and Bake. All right, hey, Immutable X, best case scenario. So don't expect IMX to hit these without severe resistance. And I'm going to tell you why. The market cap. So if you look at market cap, all right, so right now, $3 to, let's just round up and say $9. You get a 3X. I think it shrinks.
Oh my God.
Wow, look at that. So we're already, so don't think like, man, one day IMX is going to hit these previous levels. It already did. It did that in November of 23. So in November, it hit its previous levels.
That is such a powerful view. What you just did on this, you're doing the market
price.
cap.
Oh, wow, we're going to hit Valhalla.
Right.
Oh, we're already there.
Yeah. Why haven't we moved?
I think after 30 billion, there's a lot of resistance. That's a 6X, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still good. $15. And then you got to go into like psychological levels. So maybe then you're looking more like 15, 20. I mean, I expect a lot of resistance around $10, which is going to be a 3X. If you look at market cap, there's going to be around a $15 billion market cap. So Solana, for reference, I think hit 70. So I think IMX can do a 30. 30 billion seems right.
Yeah. I see a lot of people that are like, it almost feels like I know a lot of people that are married to that coin, and you just got to do the flash view of what the market cap currently is to the price that you're hoping to get to. Looking for $20 billion out of the token itself is not unreasonable, but just got to realize that the price action along with that's going to be feeling a little different this time.
Now, Bob from accounting, this seems dubious. On a completely not related topic, Saudi Arabia traffic accidents have increased 50. Come on. Really? Is it?
That's tough.
That's tough. 50 points is like a 50% increase. I'm not sure what he means by the P there. Kava, please. We'll do one more, folks. Let's see here. Kava, also a drink that people consume, right?
I thought it was a drink yesterday. Apparently it was a restaurant type food. So I was way off.
Well, it's like some weird Amazonian root or something that's like, it has some sort of narcotic effect, I believe. Kava. All right, let's just do the same thing. There's the price.
Oh God.
So if you haven't done that yet, I hope that just kind of illuminated some folks, because a lot of people are going to look at they're going to look at the top, right? Yeah. This is a month before, Cardano pumped here. So yeah, $8. Oh my God, it's only 80 cents. It's a 10X. It's a 10X. And then you're like, oh, we're kind of already at all-time highs here. So,
I think the market cap looks like it's still moving up, but
yeah, the market cap, it looks like it's a nice, slow and steady, but I wouldn't expect a 10X to just like melt your face one day. Oh my God, it did a 5X in a month. It's going to be a lot of profit takers. So, that's my 2 cents right there. All right. Well, folks, it's been a great episode. Thank you for joining. I hope you hit that like button. If you're just now tuning into this channel, make sure you're subscribed. We bring you live content all the time. And I got to go work on some Cardano airdrop videos. Big shout out to DApp Central.